Hello and welcome to Patch. I'm your host Paul James, and today I'm joined by Damo Camilleri.
Macadamia.
And we are here today to talk about basically the freshest of fresh news that you're going to see 3 or 4 days after we record.
But you would have seen what?
The Insider.
I think my Facebook feed I've seen it 9 times, and then my Twitter feed about
even more,
just flicking, just doing it the old scroll.
And if you're a subscriber of this channel, then you've seen an Insider episode already dedicated to it. We're talking about Red Dead Redemption 2, which got a brand new trailer today. Initially, Rockstar teased just an announcement. They didn't really say what it would contain. That was going to be coming this.
They gave like that blurb.
Yeah.
Thing, like, you'd read on the back of the game, like, meet, I can't remember the characters' names.
Arthur somebody.
Yeah, it's got a really weird gang name, though.
Game name?
Gang.
Oh, gang name.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. It's the same, it's the gang and everything from the previous game. Hang on, I've got it in my notes because I had it from... the Vanderlyn gang.
Yeah.
Which was headed by Dutch, who was in the first game.
The first, I don't think I ever played
in Red Dead 1.
Oh, no. Red Dead 1.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about,
not
like...
Revolver. No, sorry. It seems like Rockstar's completely omitted Revolver from anything they've done before, and it's just Redemption 2, and Redemption 3, and whatever the hell it is they do going forward.
I'm fine with that. Redemption was a solid, that first game was pretty solid, still in my top 10.
And it's Arthur Morgan was the name I was looking for.
That's the one.
So... Yeah, they kind of teased an announcement. They didn't specifically say what it was going to be, so it led kind of the intent to get into a bit of a frenzy about gameplay and a release date and a trailer and a whole bunch of other sorts of things. And all we got was a trailer in the end. It was about 1.5 minutes long.
Yeah.
But man, it was a good trailer.
It was a beautiful showcase, if anything. Like, I didn't go frame by frame, but from what I saw, it was like, think of it as like not a reboot per se, but there's been enough time between Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead 2. So you kind of want, alright, the old fans are going to need some similarities, some things that, seem very familiar to them, but we need new, fresh stuff as well. And I kind of got that feel from that. I mean, it was only 1.5 minutes, but it was it's like, man, look, there's a bit of archery there, there's a bear, there's obviously some cutscenes thrown in there too. There's a nice campfire. Everything looked pretty. From the daytime, nighttime stuff looked amazing.
So do you know much about this story that they're kind of...
Wouldn't have a clue of any storyline.
So you have played the first Red Dead?
I did play the shit out of it.
Okay, so this is a prequel to that.
Oh, it's a prequel?
Yeah. Well, whether we want to call it a prequel or not, kind of... It's set before the... Maybe think of it more like a Rogue One. Sort of stuff. Rogue One, where it's not specifically a prequel, but it kind of explains a whole bunch of stuff that occurred beforehand.
Yeah, kind of like one of those prequels. It's like, hey, it was positioned here, but the game started here, so it's like if you looked at it on a graph, it would kind of
So the only kind of existing character we knew of that's in this is Dutch, from the original game or from Red Dead Redemption. We're just going to pretend for the sake of this Red Dead Revolver never happened, so that there's no confusion. Dutch from the original game. It kind of introduces you to this Arthur Morgan character. Yeah, going to be rolling around with Dutch's gang, who we know is killed. Everyone's wiped out essentially by the end of Red Dead Redemption, and we don't see this Arthur Morgan guy in Red Dead Redemption. So I'm wondering if in Red Dead 2, this Arthur Morgan guy, who it seems like we're going to be playing, is going to be dead by the end of it.
It wouldn't surprise me.
They go all John Marston, spoiler alert.
Wouldn't surprise me, but I mean, maybe not though. At the exact same time, maybe he's like one of those guys that actually gets away. Maybe he heads down to Mexico.
Possibly. Maybe that's what Rockstar is, because we know Rockstar are amazing storytellers and they're they're massive teasers as well. So maybe they want us to think. Yeah,
we'll get Mexico again. For
that wasn't so good.
A 20-hour block this time though, because that would be awesome.
What I was getting at there is maybe they want us to think that just like John, you're going to end up dead at the end, but maybe he does disappear and get out, like you said.
I mean, it'd be nice.
And then in a Red Dead 3 that might not happen. He returns after what happens to John.
And
which would start getting real messy. That
play
one is
John's
set in the middle
again.
Of 2 and 3.
Whoa. It's like, you killed my gang. It's like, you killed my pa.
It'd be a real weird sort of storyline wise. I would imagine that if they were to do a third, that it would be a clean break from all this. Maybe it's not even called Red Dead Redemption 3. Maybe it's Red Dead Resurrection. I don't know.
Please,
and that's what Undead Nightmare was.
That was cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. So what else did you take from what you saw there? Like, gameplay sense, anything like that?
Oh yeah, it was like, again, it was really cool to see a bow and arrow in use. It's like, oh cool, instead of a tomahawk or a gun or something like that, it's like bow and arrow, but it didn't look...
Well, they didn't really have silencers or anything back then, did they? So
no.
If you want to get the job done quietly, you're either coming up behind and their throat, or you're going to have to shoot them with an arrow.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's just kind of cool to see that, because I mean, like, from what I saw, the dude wasn't crouching, and I mean, this is looking into one like frame, guys.
Yeah,
so don't think.
Tiny little cuts left, right, and center.
Yeah, and I mean, just the bear. Oh my god, that bear when it's running through the water. It's like, it's just good to see a good progression in graphics.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you know, it's like, yeah, we've made the world huge, but everything just kind of looks subpar. This looked really, really pretty, and it's like, man, even if that was just even if that was like cutscene material, still,
I don't know. I reckon they can absolutely do it. I mean, we've seen from you haven't played it, but The Witcher 3. I can't believe how good that looks, and it's an open world game.
Yeah,
Horizon, much the same, which we'll talk about in a later episode this month. But Horizon, that's open world as well. That looks stunning.
I mean, look, you even look at Grand Theft Auto.
So as far as I'm concerned, it's not beyond
the latest
Rockstar
Grand Theft Auto when they did the HD remake for it. You know, they went, hey, it's on PS4 and Xbone now, and it was like,
with first person mode and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, look at the difference! Like, you do the side by side trailer, everyone's like, oh, that's a load of crap, and it's like, no, that's not. That's going, hey, this is the engine we built, and we had to move it down to here. But now we've got this capability of moving up to here. So, and now that's probably what they've done here, is they're probably using that same Grand Theft Auto engine, and they've just gone,
I can't remember.
This is, like, you know...
My gut says there was some news that came out years ago where their next game was going to be on a new engine, but I couldn't tell you where I heard it from, so it's probably something I made up in my head.
Yep.
But at the same time, it looks stunning, and if it even looks 50% of the quality that we saw there, and if it turns out those were cutscenes, we're still in for a really good game.
It's still fine. I mean, you look at current games now, and you kind of get a gauge to what they're pretty capable of.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like, if you're not living at this kind of level, but I mean, like, yeah, gameplay wise and things, still cool to see horses. Still kind of nice to see that kind of fast paced, but, you know, slow paced stuff too. Like, the game, especially Red Dead, did a real cool job of just having a blend of everything. It was kind of strange. I didn't pick up on a duel. I didn't see a duel in action at all, which could be interesting. Maybe.
Well, they tease it because there's one bit where you can see him dual wielding and kind of firing away, but we don't see what he's shooting at.
Yeah, so I mean, that could be it. Like, I mean, because that was really annoying at the beginning of the game when you're like, oh, sure, I'll duel you, and then the guy just like blows you away. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, what are the controls? I couldn't see it in that brief 2 seconds.
I can't actually remember even how to do it from the original Red Dead. It's been that long.
Yeah, you got like a bar on the side.
It's going to be 8 years.
What?
When Red Dead 2 comes out, it'll be 8 years since the original. That's
nice. That's a good amount of time between like open world Western shooters, I guess. Well, I mean, any time's a good amount of time. I mean, it could be 1 year or thing. I mean, but like, it gives enough time. This is the
studio who does GTA, so we know at the end of the day it's always going to be a long block of time between each release, whether it's Red Dead or GTA or the next GTA or Bully 2.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, but I mean, it was
table tennis too.
I still hope they keep the hunting aspect, which I think they do when you see him waltzing
skinning
around
animals and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it should be cool. I mean,
well, the fact that they're showing you kind of hunting animals makes me think that you are still going to be then skinning them and using their skins for whatever.
I hope there's not a lot of I hope there's more attainable things in the game though. Like that was kind of the one thing I didn't like about Red Dead. It was like, oh sweet, I really want the gambler's suit because it looks sweet, and it's like you have to win $1 billion in gambling money, and you're like, cool, I'll do that, and it's like this isn't like an easy
long time, easy enough, but just super time consuming.
Yeah, like you were kind of like, oh, I mean, I'm not great at poker, but I'm not terrible, and it was just kind of like bastards.
I've got one theory based on what we saw in there, and let me be clear, it's a theory. It's completely baseless. You would recall from the trailer that we saw what looked to be a bank heist. Remember, there was one scene where he was kind of marching out, and it looked like there was gunshots going off. Maybe he had some sort of trap in the bank, and there's a bit with the train, and they're all climbing on that. Heists, GTA-ish style, like what they've done with the GTA Online.
Yeah.
But kind of Destiny-ish, where you can kind of just party up with it. So like you it's a completely solo game for 95% of the time. But then when it comes to these, if you're a solo player, maybe you can play with computers if that's what that's the way you prefer to play. But the ability might be there to do these. It seems to be heists. I mean, again, like it's a big assumption.
So you're saying that you could maybe like do the old hire PCs or. Be like, yo, who else is playing Red Dead right now?
You could party up with people and do some of these heists, and whether they are single player things or maybe they are like heists are completely separate, non-essential to the core narrative sort of things, but things that you could do. Like it'd work really well, and we know that the heists were really popular in GTA 5.
Yeah.
And now, and we know the popularity of Destiny, and with kind of that drop in, drop out, party up. What's the instanced sort of stuff? So maybe that's a pathway they could go to. I think it'd be really cool.
No, that'd be
especially given we know how popular Destiny 2 is. GTA heists were.
Bringing that up, will there be a chance of doing the old GTA swap between characters?
I remember from the original. I didn't even end up drinking then. I remember from the original announcement that was kind of lost because of this bad boy getting announced later that day.
Switchy.
I remember the promotional art. There was 6 or 7, I think. Along. We've now been introduced to this Arthur guy. We've got they're talking about American Spring, our autumn 2018.
The blurb says
one character a month we get introduced to, and you drift around through. I wouldn't imagine you'd play through 6 or 7. characters.
I mean even 2 is cool with me. 3's fine. Getting more and more, you're just kind of like...
I personally didn't really gravitate too much to the multiple playable characters of GTA 5. They were cool characters, I liked them. But it didn't wow me in that space. So
I've just gone on Twitter. I don't know why I went straight to Facebook.
Personally, I'd rather we just play as this Arthur guy, or if it's not Arthur, we're playing but one character, and then that's it. But... I don't know. Again, this is Rockstar. They can kind of do whatever they want, however they want, and typically it works, except for when it's set in Mexico. Are you trying to track something down from?
I'm just trying to see that blurb thing.
Their little descriptor. Yeah, it was kind of vague anyway. It didn't really give that much.
Yeah, away. I'm pretty sure there was
games coming in our autumn.
Our autumn.
So they've said spring 2018. Which is our autumn.
Yeah. So Australia, just in case you're wondering, not our. We don't have a personal autumn time.
Yeah. Though that'd be nice because that'd mean we're getting the game right about now. Because we'll set it with the American autumn or fall or whatever the hell they call it. So far, I think we still only know it's PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. That wasn't Rockstar.
I'm not expecting the Switch to get it because it just feel like it's a bit too much for that little thing.
It's not something that I would want to see on the Switch anyway, to be honest.
I'd still play it on PlayStation first because I'm a trophy whore.
Yeah.
I would play that thing on the Switch.
Yeah, I don't want to...
It wouldn't work. It requires too much.
Yeah.
You've seen how that trailer looked. There's no way they could get that.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I don't want to see a cut down version.
But I was thinking specifically about PC.
Portable.
The fact that
that's the thing. I think it's going to come out on those two first, and then probably PC later. They'll do the whole.
Well, the original. The original
whole Grand Theft Auto thing
never came to PC. Still hasn't.
Yeah, probably won't.
Sucked in.
Who knows? Real master race they got there.
Yeah.
says the PC player.
Send us your Last of Us screenshots, alright, players? PC players.
Some dude just emulates it, just flips you right off, just like...
Please do it. Is there anything else that you that springs to mind about Red Dead, or...
They nailed the music, the atmosphere, the action in Red Dead, and it just, from what I get from the trailer, 2 of my boxes are ticked. I couldn't hear any music, but that's because it's a trailer.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting anything, and just as long as
they
don't do another Mexico thing where it just.
I'm happy to go to Mexico.
I'm happy if
they do it right.
I'm not going to sit there and spend like 10 minutes of just travel time.
Yeah.
Like that was bad. That was my only gripe with that entire game. Last time it was just that travel between thing for Mexico missions that was like, people are like, oh, it's part of the game just absolutely sucked. It's like, no, it didn't. The Mexico missions were really cool. It was just the travel
time to get
in
to
the missions that was like, Yeah,
they did actually do some really cool... There's no dramas with Mexico itself. Mexicans, we love you. You gave us tacos and you call yourself Tacos Talks. But the mission there was not... Yeah, sorry, the travel between those, like you said, not great.
Yeah, but could be worse.
What month is it coming in? We've got spring, or our autumn means March, April, May. Speculation. When's it coming? I'm saying mid-May.
That
doesn't mean that...
No, they'll go April 1st just to screw with everybody. And
then they'll change the release date.
Everyone will load it up and it'll just be Red Dead. Like, it won't even be number 2. And I'm like, we got you! And then there'll just be mass anarchy.
My last
King
point...
Jong-un will lose his shit and actually nuke America.
Yeah. My last point, given that you mentioned the original Red Dead because you booted up and that's what it is, can we remaster that thing and put it on the PS4? Those who pre-order get Red Dead Redemption 1 remastered on PS4. That'd be brilliant. And
it'd be a sweet selling point. Or even like... I don't know where I was going there. I got caught up in just thinking, just like replaying that game again, just listening to Jose sing Far Away or Gone Away, whatever that song is. Everyone knows that track when you're going into Mexico. On a faraway train. And then the other one...
I need to play it again, so put it on PS4 so I can do it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's got one of my favourite soundtracks, like in-game moment soundtracks. So, yeah, look, cool with it. If you that would be a sweet selling point. I think no one's going to disagree with you, apart from that one guy who's sitting there right now. It's like, man, I just disagree with that. Like, that's not a selling point.
I don't need it necessarily to even be really fancy remaster, kind of what they did with GTA 5. I just love to be able to play it on there. If it's just
like a backwards compatible, like, hey,
save as .ps4.
Oh, wouldn't it be sweet? Like if they kind of did it like the South Park guys have done it. It's like you pre-order it
and you get
Stick of Truth, and I think you can get Stick of Truth like before the game's even out.
I'm not sure about that because I pre-ordered it months ago and I still haven't gotten.
Yeah, that's
but I don't know when I'm
that's because they went, oh, we can put this on the Switch now too.
South Park.
Yeah, it's going on the Switch.
Oh, that was news.
I think it's one of the coolest. Completely off topic. We'll put it in a different game. This has been Player2.net. Fun.
That was
games.
fun. No, so that's the thing that's coming to Switch, is it?
Yeah, that's why it's been delayed so much because they went, oh, we can go put it on the Switch, and that's like PlayStation Australia cracked the shits about it. I don't know. So you could do that for us, Rockstar. You could give us a free game early if we pre-order.
Nice. But
so
otherwise,
I have to pre-order through the store though. I'd like to if we'd like pre-order it from a game place,
like a retailer.
Yeah,
I don't know. No, I'm sure. Yeah, there'd be a way. That's what's meant to be happening with South Park, and I know it happens digitally as well. That ends another episode of Patched. You can catch Damo at Tacos Talks.
Yeah.
Myself, Paul James P2. The website Player2AU. Make sure to visit the website, player2.net.au, where you can catch up with all the reviews and previews and opinion pieces and
It's fancier
pages.
than the old MySpace pages, guys. It's pretty cool. You should go have a check out.
There's heaps of stuff, so make sure to check it out there. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We can catch up with weekly episodes of Patched, the Video Games Club, The Insider, Player 2 Plays, and a heap more. There's lots of good stuff coming. And otherwise, that's another episode. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see you later.
Yeah, see yous.